Okay, so when you think of Bukayo Saka, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
For me, it's got to be that penalty kick in the Euro 2020 final. The weight of the moment, England's hopes on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Just brutal.
It's like the whole nation held its breath, right? And then just agonizing silence. And then, honestly, the worst part was what came after, the online abuse. For someone so young to deal with that, it's awful.
Yeah, really shines a light on the immense pressure these athletes face. But what strikes me about Saka is how he handled it. Such incredible resilience.
Absolutely. And I think to really understand that, we need to look back at where he came from, before that moment at Wembley.
Right, exactly. So let's rewind back to the late 90s. His parents, Yomi and Aiden Saka, made a huge decision. They moved to England from Nigeria, seeking safety and opportunity for their family.
Talk about courage. Right. And then Bukayo was born here in 2001. I mean, you have to think about the hope they carried with them, the dreams they had.
For sure. And I think that drive for a better life, the sacrifices they made, it probably shaped Bukayo from a very young age. It's like their aspirations became intertwined with his achievements.
And for Bukayo, those aspirations, they quickly became all about football, right? I mean, the story goes that his dad, Yomi, gave him a football when he was just 3 years old.
3 years old and already showing natural talent. You have to wonder, is it nature or nurture? Or some incredible combination of the two?
Well, Yomi obviously saw something special. He spent countless hours coaching both Bukayo and his older brother, Abayomi, though apparently even then it was clear Bukayo was the one with that standout gift.
Yeah, that early investment from his father. It's a common thread you see with so many top athletes.
Totally, though I imagine their journey wasn't exactly easy. I mean, they didn't have connections in the football world. Just breaking into that scene must have been incredibly tough.
It highlights the hidden challenges, right? Raw talent only takes you so far. You need the dedication, the perseverance, a little bit of luck.
Saka started at Forest Green Rovers, then moved on to Watford, and that's where things began to change. He started turning heads.
And then came the pivotal moment. Yomi gets him a trial at Arsenal's Hale End Academy. The reports say he completely dazzled everyone. Can you imagine? This young kid just outshining everyone on the pitch.
Must left quite an impression, but here's what I find interesting. His early role models weren't the usual suspects. Instead of going for the big names, he admired Freddie Ljungberg and Alexis Sanchez.
That's insightful. Ljungberg, Sanchez, known for their attacking style, their work ethic, their flair. Maybe Saka saw something of himself in them.
Maybe. But fast forward through years of dedication, and in 2019, he finally makes his breakthrough into the Arsenal first team. Makes his Europa League debut, which is huge.
Massive milestone, especially coming up through their academy system. A decade of hard work paying off.
But 2020, that was his real breakout year. 18 years old, and he becomes Arsenal's youngest ever Premier League starter. Then, boom, $4 million a year contract. That's some serious pressure for someone so young.
It's a testament to their belief in him, though, right? To have that much faith in someone that young, it speaks volumes.
Okay, so now, what does a young football star typically do with that kind of money? I'm picturing fancy cars, maybe some extravagant vacations.
Yeah, the stereotypical image.
But Saka's first major purchase, a $2.3 million mansion for his family, 6 bedrooms, pool, spa, the works. He really prioritized taking care of them.
That says a lot about his character. It's like he was repaying the support they gave him, putting their needs first. Pretty admirable.
He did eventually get some of those fancy cars, though. He's got an Audi A8. Those are pretty sweet rides, decked out with all the tech, 360 cameras, over $80,000.
Not a bad way to reward yourself.
And then he really leveled up a Ferrari 458 Spider and even a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So he's definitely enjoying some of the perks of being a football star.
I mean, it's almost a rite of passage, isn't it? You reach that level of success, and those cars become like a symbol.
And it's not just the football money. He's got those big endorsements, too. You see him all over, representing New Balance, even doing stuff with Call of Duty.
Makes sense. Brands love athletes who are successful, relatable, have a positive image.
Now, off the pitch, he's pretty private. Social media is pretty focused on his faith. But we do know he's dating Talami Benson, who's a supermodel and influencer. They went public at the 2022 World Cup.
It's a good reminder that behind all the fame, they have personal lives too, right? The pressure to keep that separate, it must be immense.
Totally. Another interesting layer to his story is his Nigerian heritage. The Nigerian Football Federation, they really wanted him to play for them, promised him a key role.
It must have been a tough decision. You have family ties, cultural identity, And then you're weighing that against your career goals.
He ultimately chose England. Had some great moments too, like those 2 goals against Iran in the World Cup.
Yeah, his decision seems to have paid off.
Which brings us back to that Euro 2020 final. After all he'd achieved, all the expectations, and then he misses the penalty. Italy wins, and Saka is targeted with some truly horrible abuse online.
Such a gut-wrenching moment. And it's easy to forget how young he was, the way he was carrying.
The good thing was the support he received after was incredible. Teammates, the club, fans, they rallied around him.
And what's amazing is how he bounced back. Didn't let that moment define him. He came back even stronger.
Resilience, man. And that's not all. Get this. He sponsored over 120 life-changing surgeries for children in Kano, Nigeria. He said, and I quote, "It's a blessing to use my platform to help others. I want to make a difference."
Wow, it's going above and beyond. It shows a deep sense of social responsibility. And given his family's Nigerian roots, that gesture must hold even more meaning.
Totally. So when you look at the whole picture, Bukayo Saka, he's so much more than just a footballer. He's a testament to hard work, family, overcoming adversity, and using your platform for good. He's gone from this kid with a dream to a top player, facing some huge highs and lows along the way.
He's a real role model.
Definitely. So here's a final thought for our listeners. How do those moments of intense public pressure, like the ones Saka went through, not just shape a career, but a person's character? It makes you think about the unexpected ways people can grow from adversity and become forces for positive change.
Yeah.